All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining this week's podcast. I am here with the new Deerfield owner. We are going to give a testimonial about what his experiences have been. He's been here with us the entire week so far at HQ doing some training. He will be taking over our Deerfield location. We're very excited to have him. But before we get started, let's learn a little bit about him and where he comes from. Why don't you tell me about yourself?
Yeah. My name is Cherno John. I live in Austin, Texas. My background is in the software industry. I worked for like 19, 20 years, big software companies. As a senior software engineer was my last role.
Fantastic.
Yeah. After that while, I decided to switch gears and do something different. And I started looking at entrepreneurship. Like, how can I start going into owning businesses that are
the American dream?
Exactly,
right?
yeah. So that's what got me into basically looking up electronics repair stores, and then landing at
Right. So having some of that industry experience doing the software development, right? Getting in love with gadgets, right? You like to work with gadgets. You've kind of been with this opportunity, really process-oriented individual for sure. But at the end of the day, the decision had to be made to join Techie, right? And to go forward and dive all in. What was it that really kind of signed, sealed, and delivered you and ended up becoming a franchisee?
Yeah, initially when I started looking, it was like open-ended. So I want to own businesses that are within this range, of income and complexity, right? And then I started looking, and then electronics repair franchise started showing up, and then I saw Techie specifically, and it looked really attractive. I saw their ads, decided to call up and got in touch with Nicole, who was just awesome. She was just phenomenal in the process. Opened me up to it, and then I started looking at Techie's background. They have videos on YouTube. Nicole hooked me up with a few franchisees that I could call up and talk to, and everything I was hearing was super positive. The thing that stood out first and stood out the most was the semblance of a community.
Yes.
Like when I talked with these guys, they were like, okay, I've been to HQ this many times. I've talked to they new people like on a first name basis. And it just felt to me, and I did remark this to one of them, that it just felt like there was a community. If I were to be in here, I wouldn't be alone. And I'm completely new with this. So this is exactly what I needed. I'm like, I gotta go for it.
Yeah, and I think you hit the nail on the head. When you join a franchise system in general, it's about the community, it's about the culture and the environment. And we here at Techie pride ourselves on that communication, making sure that our entire team is relatively available, all the way from the franchise department right to the training department, support team, and everything in between. Been able to, be side by side with the two founders and the owners and myself the first 5 days that you've been here, right? And everything, the entire process in between, you've had access to everyone. And that's fantastic to hear. Now, let's get to the nuts and bolts, though, right? We're 5 days into training, right? You're drinking from a fire hose. You got tons of different people coming in, tons of different new opportunities, repair desk, all these opportunities that are coming to you. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate the training so far?
10.
Fantastic, 10.
Absolutely.
We're nailing it. Case closed.
Absolutely, yeah. When so there was a point in time, I'm taking over a store that was in existence. It wasn't completely new and everything. I felt like, this is the right way to go. I mean, it's stocked, it has employees and everything. It's still new to me, so I'm a new franchisee. And I had a chat with my wife, around this. I'm like, maybe I don't need to do the training, right? Like, I'm not going to be at the store. My goal around this will be, just running it with employees in there, and then hopefully opening more and more and kind of freeing myself up to be able to manage at that level as opposed to be on the day-to-day. So I was like, maybe I don't need it. She's like, you know what? I think you should just go for it, because she's the type that would sit in a classroom and absorb things that way, make those personal connections. So I'm like, fine, I'll sign up for it. I got here, and then from the get-go, like, it was clear to me. I think after the first day I called her back, I'm like, this was the right decision to come and talk to these people and be part of the classes. I remember watching one of the YouTube videos, actually. You were on it. I think Tim was on it as well. And they were talking about the training, and the guy that delivers the training has a education background and all that stuff. And immediately the training starts and you see that. I mean, it comes through. Mike is awesome. Like he knows the material. You can tell really well. He's been at the stores and everything, but the way he delivers it, the organization. I mean, I think that's one of the most attractive things. You have a list of things that you're going to go through. Boom, boom, boom. Everything's on time. It was just awesome. The experience has been great from that perspective and from several others.
Right, and we're learning so much, right? I mean, you got to stay diligent. There's so much to cover, and having that schedule, having that organization to make sure you cover all the basics and deep dive into these details that are going to help you be successful is critical. And we certainly are evolving, right? That's why we're doing this here today, to learn about feedback and areas of improvement and things that we're doing right. So that's fantastic to hear. Now, if you could give one piece of advice to somebody that's maybe on the fence, that's looking at this and maybe hasn't decided what decision they want to go, what one piece of advice would you give them?
I would say talk to the people that you have available. I mean, if you're chatting with Nicole, whoever it is right now, ask to talk to other franchisees, ask for contacts for you and other people at Techie. Just talk to people. Everyone's so open. Like going back to the thread of this training this week, you came in, Kim came in at some point, we'll be here. And what I got from that was these guys are genuine. It didn't feel like this was a sales pitch. It didn't feel like this was just somebody like bullshitting me into, and they're just trying to grow their franchise and stuff like that. I felt like everything was really genuine. These are experiences that have been packaged up, and the best parts of it, packaged, and then that's what they're sharing with us. That's genuinely what came through. And I think if you are to, call up and talk to these guys one-on-one, that's what you'll get. It's like genuine, raw information. It'll tell you, what things are like, set you at ease as to what you're going to be embarking on.
Yeah, absolutely. You can kind of feel that passion, that energy that comes from the team here. We're all in, right? I mean, the two founders of this are cousins. This is their baby, right? They've grown this for over 15 years, right? They're here and working, rolling up their sleeves every single day. And truly, your success is our success, right? Without you guys, we're not here, right? We are a franchisor at the end of the day. So, you're in a unique position where you did take over a store that's kind of been in business for a little while. You got some customer bases. You guys are kind of generating some revenue, but you certainly got to have your own goals, right? And the things that you want to go. So tell me, where are you taking the store? What's your plan, and how are you going to execute, and where do you think you're going to take this thing?
Yeah, I touched on this earlier. My goal is to be able to run this like as autonomously as possible, meaning that the store is self-sustaining, the employees know what they're doing. One thing I got from the training, and this is what happens in all of the stores, there's this daily task list in the back that has all of the information for what you are supposed to do, what your employees are supposed to do on a day-to-day basis, on a weekly basis. And it's like, for someone like me that's going to be remote, it's like, this is gold. If we can just follow this, like 75% of my work is done at that point. And then I can focus on like the marketing, things like that I can do remote anyway. So my plan is to kind of get my guys going with these daily tasks, make sure they're doing things the right way so that the store can basically sustain itself and then eventually expand. So this will be the first store, take these learnings and then open another and another and another, hopefully closer to my hometown in Texas also. But that's the plan.
Yeah, well, I know we're looking forward to grow with you, and it sounds like a lot of it from this week has resonated with you because you're definitely talking about the structure that we talk about having in business each and every day, each and every week to keep that business moving forward, and then certainly building relationships, right? The fundamental principle of keeping that marketing going, keeping the brand going, keeping sales alive, whether you're looking at net new customers or engaging with your existing customer base, but really having that opportunity to have the structure already in place, drive the team forward. There's no doubt that the success is imminent for you, my friend, and we're happy to have you aboard. Thank you. We appreciate you and looking forward to you. Thanks, guys. Thanks for seeing this podcast. We'll be in touch soon.